Peace. This is Mauricio Bay,
Warning.
and this is a follow-up video dealing with private foreign trust 98 number and EIN. And I also want to show y'all a couple of things as well. So let's get into this. Go right to my desk real quick. Okay. Alright, I received my letter from the IRS dealing with my SS4 form and everything like that. So this is how it's supposed to look when you get it back. Okay, this is coming from the man himself. Okay, it's coming from the man himself. Okay. See how I look over here? Come down. Okay. Let's get into this. Alright. So you already see that's the name of my entity, the Mulberry TR Trust, or it's your business, whatever you want to do with it. And you see right here it says letter number LTR 0147C. LTR means long-term relationship, because I have a relationship with them, because now they know that I established myself in what you call the master zero file. So I have a relationship with them, and they understand that I'm an owner, grantor, setter, however you want to call it. Here's my letter date. As you can see, I got that some time ago. And my tax period is 0. Once again, in my last video, I stated that you have to establish yourself in what you call the master zero file. So my tax period is 0 forever. Okay, same thing down here. Okay. So now that you've seen how it's supposed to look, I want to get into this, because this has everything to do with what we just went over. Now you look in here. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read to 3. And I'm not going to go that far, but we're going to get to this. This is the full text of Citizenship of the United States, Expatriation and Protection Abroad. Okay? Secretary of State and of the Department of Foreign Relations. Because remember, this is a foreign number. Okay? Right? Okay. In communication it to you for your information and for the necessary purpose, I assure you of my great consideration. Right? Mariscal, and then you see Morocco. Then you see where it says Mr. Philip charged the affairs to Mr. Root, Secretary of State, August 3rd, 1906. American legislation. Now, what does Morocco got to do with American legislation? You know, because I hear people talk about, oh, you know, we was brought as slaves over here, and this and this and that, and Africa, the motherland. Well, this is part of the motherland. This is Northwest Africa, Morocco, the empire. On the east, that Morocco is what you call the kingdom. Okay, we are the empire. Okay, well, anyway, American legislation, Tangier, August 3rd, 1906. Sir, or sire, there are, strictly speaking, no Moroccan laws relating to citizenship of Moorish subjects in Morocco. The fundamental laws, sorry for the mistype, the fundamental laws of this non-Christian country are based entirely upon the Islamic code, no part of which treats of the subject of citizenship. Okay? So now it says citizenship of the United States, expatriation, etc. There are, however, numerous treaties and conventions between the various Christian countries and the Moorish Empire. Now, if you're familiar with what you're doing, you know that if you're dealing with what this is, Because there's other ways you can also file, deal with the SS4 form. But this is basically, when I'm on my SS4 form, that's dealing with tax treaty purposes only. And my treaty is dealing with this, is dealing with what this is talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm claiming to be part of that empire. Okay? So, the Christian countries and the Moorish Empire, by means of which citizenship in this country is defined. But as I understand from above knowledge instructions, that it is not the desire of the department to call for a report upon such lines. I will therefore confine these remarks to general conditions existing, which may possibly be of some use in connection with the information desired. 1. Citizenship in Morocco may be said to be governed by the laws pertaining to the same in other countries, with the exception that all persons residing in Morocco who cannot prove foreign citizenship or protection are considered ispo jure as Moorish subjects. So, once again, that takes us back to the 98, because that's dealing, it says right here that if you can't prove foreign, that you are ispo jure, which means you are subject under the corporation, which means that they can tax you. Subject means that you have to obey by their stuff. That means they're going to eat off everything you do. Okay? So, foreign, once again, this is the proof. Okay? You have to, you have to create your entity under your laws, which are foreign, which you understand that what land you on, and you have to prove that. And how you prove that is when you get a 98, that's a form of proof. That's a form of showing that you are on natural land. You're not within inside a corporation, that you are outside of that. You understand? So it says, 2 and 3, Moorish subjects lost their nationality only by becoming naturalized, which means you gave up your birthright, which means when you go by Jones, Smith, Johnson, Perez, Rodriguez, that's a naturalized name. That's a foreign name. You turned your back on your own culture to take up a foreigner's culture. You took up his ideologies, how he thinks, how he dressed, and his religion, and abandoned your own culture. Okay? So it says again, I'm going to say it again. Moorish subjects lost their nationality only by becoming naturalized in or protected by another country. Now, we're going to get into that because people were thinking, oh, well, we on the same land, so how are we another country? And how the U.S. and... All right, we're going to get into it. I got something for y'all today. Don't worry. I got y'all covered today. I'm on it. I'm on one today. So anyway, Moorish subjects lost their nationality only by becoming naturalized in or protected by another country, having treaty relations with the Moorish Empire. It was established by the Convention of Madrid, concluded July 3rd, 1880, as follows. I'm not even going to get into all of that. I'm leave it here so you can pause it and read it yourself. I just want to get over the main part right there just to show you how it works. All of this stuff is connected when you know what you're looking at. I'm going to show you something else. We're going to get into this today. Okay? I've been saving this for y'all. This right here says, the Federal Zone, cracking the code of the Internal Revenue. 11th edition, okay? See this? Now, I'm going to go straight into this because I want y'all to see this, okay? We're going to establish this today so you can understand. All right. Let's go right here. Okay, this chapter right here is chapter 4. This is what you call the 3 United States. Let me get this in the more light right here. Okay? This is 3 United States. Okay? I know people like the 3 United States. What's that? Well, we're gonna go into, I'm gonna just leave this here for a second. I'm gonna get right to the main stuff. Clear it up for you real quick. Okay? We're gonna get right to the main stuff because I don't want to miss nothing really. I'm gonna put this higher. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here for a second so you can look at it, you can pause and read it. But I'm gonna get right into it. Now we're gonna go right here. Right here it says, by 1945, the year of the first nuclear war on planet Earth, the U.S. Supreme Court had come to dispute Marshall's singular definition, but most people were too distracted to notice. So in other words, while the war was going on, they were passing laws and coming up with stuff, and the people didn't really realize what was going on. But all of this you can find. This is why I'm bringing this to you, so you can check this shit for yourself. So it says, the High Court confirmed that the term United States can and does mean three completely different things, depending on the content. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because now we're dealing with jurisdiction. Because now you have to understand, if you're not paying taxes and they're saying that, well, you got United States can mean 3 different things, then you have to realize which one are you operating under. Okay? So we're going to get into that. We're going to get right into that right now. Here we go. The term United States may be used in any one of the several senses. Number 1, it may merely be the name of a sovereign occupying the position analogous to that of another sovereign in the family of nations. 2, it may designate the territory over which the sovereignty of the United States 2 extends. Because you see the little dots on the sides? That's 1. So that's the United States number 2, where you got the 2 stars. Then it says, or 3, it may be a collective name of the United States 3. See that dots? It may be a collective name of the United States which are united by and under the Constitution. So basically, you have to understand what that means, because you want to understand that which one are you operating under. I already know which one most of y'all operating under, but I'm going to prove it to you. We're going to get into it. So now we're going to get into this. So if you scroll down right here, it says Black's Law Dictionary, 6th edition. The meaning. It says United States. The term may be several meanings. 1, the same thing it just said up there. You see that? This is also a case law. Hooven Allison Corporation versus Avat. Right here. Right here where it says, right here, numbers and emphasis added. Okay? You can check all these out. All right, now we go here. So it says, now we're going to go number 1. So it says, in the first sense, the term United States 1 can refer to the nation or the American Empire, as Justice Marshall called it, the United States. Remember, always look at the little dot right there. This is why this is a good book. But I'm going to just skip that. I'm going to go right to here to number 1. We're going to go to the numbers. But I'm going to leave it there so you can read it yourself. Might want to pause in and look at that or zoom it. But there you go. Okay? So now we got United States number 1. Now this is going to define United States number 1. I am a citizen of the United States, like you are a citizen of China. Here, you have defined yourself as a national from a nation with regard to another nation. It is perfectly okay to call yourself a citizen of the United States. That's number 1. Remember that. See, look at the star. This is what everyone thinks the tax statutes are inferring. But notice the capital C in citizen and where it is placed. Now, most of you not going to get that right now because we didn't get into the meaning, the second meaning. Okay? But in other words, whenever you see citizen, that's a lowercase, spelt the same way, it's talking about a different United States. You even got to be careful the way you even write. Even the way you write could put you in the wrong jurisdiction. It's that serious. And it also says this is what everyone thinks the tax statutes are inferring. Okay, so that means a person from China, Japan, Nigeria, when they come over here, they're already tax exempt. Most of them. When you go in their businesses and you paying taxes, they making you pay tax. They don't pay taxes, but they making you pay taxes because you're a subject. Okay, now let's go into 2. Let's go into the meaning of 2. And I'm going to bring it all the way back so you can really understand. Now, also, I want you to recognize that it said, I am a citizen of the United States. That's the first one. Remember, I just want to go over that. Remember how that's worded. It's going to play a major part. That means something. So, I'm going to show you. When you go over here, now to the second meaning of the United States. Here, right? Number 2, it says, I am a United States citizen. The other one said, I am a citizen of the United States. That's what the other one said. I am a citizen of the United States. This one say, I am a United States citizen. Small case. Small case. Now we're going to show you what that means. Gotta study, brothers and sisters. You have to study. Okay. I am a citizen of the I am a United States citizen. Here, you have defined yourself as a person. We all know what a person is. The other one said as a national. This one said as a person. And residing in the District of Columbia, one of its territories, or federal enclaves area within the United States, or living abroad, which could be in one of the states of the Union, or a foreign country. So they're considering United States 1 and United States 2 are completely foreign to each other. We're going to get into that too. Therefore, you are possessed by the entity United States 2, Congress, because citizen is small case. Again, go back to basic English. This is the United States the tax statutes are referring to, unless stated otherwise, such as 26 United States Code 6103B5. That means some type of exemption under that code. There you go. So most blacks and Latinos, matter of fact, all blacks and Latinos are under this. You are under the Congress. You are under the District of Columbia. You are a citizen in small case And you are a United States citizen, not a citizen of the United States. All of this stuff means stuff. Now we're going to go into 3. Now this is what I'm under, because I established myself and I'm sticking with my culture. So here we go right here. 3. I am a citizen of these United States. See 3 dots? Here you have defined yourself as a citizen of all 50 states. That means America. I'm not from New York. I'm not from Boston. I'm not from California. I'm from America. I'm a citizen in any state I go to, I'm part of that state. I'm a national. I'm indigenous. That means something. I'll read it to you again. I am a citizen of these United States. Here, you have defined yourself as a citizen of all 50 states, united by and under the Constitution. You are not possessed by the Congress, United States, number 2, 2 stars. In this way, you have a national domicile. Once again, so they recognize me as a national, and I don't reside anywhere. I domicile, which means I am on the land. I'm on Morocco. I'm not in a corporate state. Not a state or United States number 2 domicile, and are not subject to any instrumentally or subdivisions or corporate governmental entities. See that? So all of this, what I just went over, is relative to the 98 number. So if you don't know this information, you can get a 98 number, but you won't really know how to operate it, because you'll do that shit wrong, or write something wrong, or say something wrong, and then you put yourself in a jurisdiction you don't want to be in. So it's important that you understand that the United States is a term. It's a term. And it has 3 different meanings depending on how you're using it. So I can use United States, but when I'm talking about the United States, I'm talking about the land. I'm talking about Morocco, Al Morocco. And the way I word it and the way I write it will define that. These are very important little things that you have to know to keep yourself afloat. Now check this out. Right under that, it says, it is noticeable that the possessions of the United States too, and the sovereign of the United States 3 of America are not joined under the title. I'm sorry. It says, it is noticeable that the possession of the United States 2 and the sovereign states of the United States 3 of America are not joined under the title of United States. The president represents the sovereign United States 1. So stop right there. That means Donald Trump is not even talking about the United States number 2. He don't even have nothing to do with y'all. Y'all under legislation. Y'all under Congress. He represents the citizens from other countries that they're doing. Remember, United States of America corporations is a business. Black people don't bring no business. Y'all you are the business. I'm not talking about you. So when you putting your votes and shit out there, it's fake. It's fake. That's just to see where the people minds is at. Has nothing to do with you. You a Negro or Latino or whatever you want to call it, whatever color you want to call yourself. It's bullshit. Anyway, it says, the president represents the sovereign United States 1 in foreign affairs through treaties. Here we go again. Tax treaty purposes only. Congress represents the sovereign United States number 2 in territories and possessions with rules and regulations, not laws, rules and regulations. And the state citizens are the sovereignty of the United States number 3, united by and under the Constitution. After becoming familiar with these historical facts, it becomes clear that in the Internal Revenue Code, Section 7701A9, the term United States too is defined in the second of the sense. And as stated by the Supreme Court, it is designates the territory over which the sovereignty of the United States extends. So basically, in the internet, and basically when you're dealing with the Internal Revenue or the IRS, they're dealing with only people that's in the United States number 2, which are subjects, which are Negroes, Latinos, West Indians, Spanish people, black people, whatever you want to call it. This is real. This is not a game. For real. But I'm going to also bring you over here to this. Now it says, without a clear act of concession by one of the state legislators, the 50 states retain their own exclusive sovereign jurisdiction inside their borders, and Congress cannot lawfully take any of their own sovereign jurisdictions away from the several states. Remember, there's 3 United States. So when they say the several states, that means they're talking about all 3 United States. Understand the language. Understand what you're looking at. You know what I mean? So when they say stuff like their own sovereign jurisdiction away from the several states, because all 3 United States is 3 different jurisdictions. So each state, one state cannot take the sovereignty away from another one, period, because they're all separate. The only thing they have in common is that they're all part of what you call a union. That's in the Constitution when you read it, when it says, in this perfect union. Okay? Read it. It all means connection. Okay? Don't worry about it. I got you. I got y'all. It's light. Okay? So anyway, it says jurisdiction away from the several states. This separation of powers is one of the key reasons why we have a federal government as opposed to a national government. Its powers are limited to the set specifically enumerated for it by the U.S. Constitution. It. You got to be familiar with that word, it. They like to use it a lot. Technically speaking, the 50 states are foreign countries. So in other words, they're letting you know that there ain't no such thing as states. Like Chicago, California, New York, New Jersey. Those are countries. In any other continent, you got Nigeria, Kenya, Morocco, right? Those are countries. They don't call them states. Okay, that's a term. Just because somebody came over here and started calling them states, that don't mean they're states. Once again, now we're talking about ideology. People took up their ideology and started using their terminologies and forgot the real terminologies and wonder why they getting abused. But anyway, it says are foreign countries with respect to each other and with respect to the federal zone. In the Supreme Law Library, the essay entitled A Cognate Summary of the Federal Jurisdictions developed this concept in plain English language. A key authority on this question is the case Hanley versus, right here, Donahue, in which the U.S. Supreme Court defined separate bodies of state law as being legally foreign with respect to each other. So they also let you know that the 3 United States, the all states are foreign to each other. So let's go into this over here. So it says, no court is to be charged with the knowledge of foreign laws. When they say that, that's saying that if I'm claiming to be under Morocco and the corporate security, which you call the police, they come and and lock me up. When I go to court, it's not their job for them to make a ruling. It's my job. Even though they are very well knowledgeable of it, they don't have the jurisdiction to move the case or anything. Only I have to do it. So if they see that you're ignorant, then they will proceed. They'll move you into their jurisdiction, and this is why most people go to jail or can't get out and they set a bail. That's how it go. You have to be responsible. You have to be a responsible party. So it says, but they are well understood to be the facts which must, like other facts, be proved before they can be received in a court of justice. You see that? So once again, that goes back into this. If you cannot prove foreign citizenship or protections are considered exposure. We go over here. It says that remember, this is the expatriation full text. This is this, and I'm bringing it over here to this. And this is telling you that no court can be charged with the knowledge. No court can be charged with the knowledge of foreign laws, but they are well understood to be facts, which must, like other facts, be proved before they can be received in a court of justice. It is equally well settled that the several states of the Union are to be considered as, in this respect, foreign to each other. I already told you what the several states are. The several states are the 3 United States. Which one do you fall under? Because they are all foreign. So this is why when you develop your 98 number or your EIN number, this is why it's foreign. This is why they cannot tax you or charge you on that with respect to the federal zone, which is the corporate state. I'm letting them know that I'm foreign, I'm private, and that I'm not obligated to pay you any taxes with respect to your position. Period. I mean, I do this for real. I study real hard. I can show you one, but I can break it down. Got books for days. It's nothing. I just wanted to show y'all where this all fits. Okay? Where it all goes together. So with that, my time is running out. I'll do a follow-up on this because I got a lot more to show you. This is light. I have a lot more to show you. But this is Maurice Bay signing out. And I'll be back with you soon. Peace.